Dirty Thursday with the Bullring Boys, brought to you by River City Speedway. Oh boy, Chad Hoff and myself, the Bullring Boys, and in the studio, we're going to call it Team Reynolds Racing. Aiden Reynolds, father-son team. Going to be fun. We're going to be talking about B-mods, go-karts, late models, and all of that stuff. By the way, our show today brought to you by Simonson's Car Wash. Brought to you by Simonson Car Wash, where you'll always feel good on the road in a clean, dry, and shiny car. Get 1 month free when you buy any single wash today and experience our Fast Pass unlimited washes all month long. No contracts, no hassles, just easy billing and the freedom to wash at any Simonson Car Wash locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Enjoy our high-powered vacuums to keep your interior spotless. We also have our free-to-use detailed towels available for your convenience on site. And don't forget to mention GFBS at the sales window for your complimentary air fresheners to keep your car smelling fresh and clean. Unlimited washes, unlimited savings, Simonson Fast Pass, your ticket to a clean and happy ride. Visit us today at 310 Gateway Drive, Grand Forks, and let Simonson Car Wash take care of you so you can feel good on the road in a clean, dry, and shiny car. All right, we're trying some new stuff here, so feel free to text or call 701-213-0863. I am reading it, even though you will get an automatic answer. I can already see Kaylee Elizabeth has been talking to us. Chewy Jeff Cornels, he is back in action. Can't wait to hook up with him. We got Kaylee, have fun down in Florida. There we go. Again, 701-213-0863. Let's do it. Let's get it out of the way. Our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go. Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. If Ty Dillon, J.J. Yaley, and Bubba Wallace were all on a boat and the boat sinks, who would be saved? Ty Dillon, J.J. Yaley, and Bubba Wallace were on a boat and the boat sinks. Who would be saved? I'm going to say about half the field in Sunday's race. You thought that was going to be a racist joke, I bet.
That's why I was like, I got here and I was listening to it. I was like, okay, John, where are we going?
Yeah.
Where are we going? I get it.
Actually, I was going to use the one about...
it's a totally... Actually, perfect comment, too,
yeah,
by the way.
Yeah. Oh, no. Did you see the ending of last week's?
It was awful.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I was going to do the Chihuahua joke, but anyway. Mama T's watching the show, too. Good. Glad to have you guys here. A couple of things we want to talk about first. Zach Umdahl is having the silent auction, kind of a fundraiser. Saturday, 4 o'clock, the Broken Drum drives the number 17 sprint car. Some of the things you can bid on, $3,000 bear hunt from S2 Whitetail Ranch.
Ooh.
We got a couple of $125 certificates from Midwest Pest Control, quarter beef from CW6 Ranch, 2-night stay for 4 people.
That's a nice one.
At the Sunset Lodge, and more.
Yeah.
Yep. Julie Peterson visitation tonight from 5 to 7, prayer service at 7 o'clock, funeral tomorrow at Sacred Heart at 11:30. Of course, we lost Julie about 2 weeks ago, survived by late model driver Joey. We got Lightning Sprint, her daughter driver Kelsey, and of course Tucker going with the late model this year. And there we go. First off, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you? I mean, it's
good.
It's been a busy week.
Yeah,
you know,
it's been kind of crazy.
We talk about life after work, and you got baseball starting, and that's right now Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday's going to be racing, and then Saturday, Sunday's baseball tournaments, and holy crap.
Yep, then I throw in some fishing in there.
Yeah, you got to fish on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we had our early sign-up last night, so that was fun.
How many guys you get? Did you guys
we had
grow?
about 50 last night.
Okay.
But a lot of guys weren't there.
Okay.
So what we do with this early sign-up, if you get signed up the week before, if you happen to win next week and you were signed up, it's a double payout.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I like that idea.
So do I. If I could ever win, that'd be a great thing.
Awesome.
All right. Boy, okay. We're going to start across from us.
Let's do it.
Everybody. Welcome to the show. Nate Reynolds, how are you, man?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. It was funny. We were on the show last week,
Yes.
and it's like, I don't even have anybody on for next week yet,
Right.
which, by the way, I don't for next week either. So if you want to chime in like you did and said, hey, how about me and my kid? And we're like, you got it.
Deal.
It worked out perfect.
Yeah.
How have you been? You had kind of a different winter.
Yeah, we've been pretty busy.
I almost didn't recognize you. You're shriveling away, dude.
Oh,
I know. Look at that.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I got married a couple weeks ago, so.
Oh, hey, how about that?
Yeah. Congratulations.
And then everything went to hell, right?
Yeah. No, it's going good. Nothing's really changed. I mean, we've been together for going on 9 years. So.
Oh, sure. Well, that's awesome. And obviously she knows what she got herself into.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't left me yet. We're like 2 months now, so we're good.
Oh, well.
I think she's just as competitive as he is, though. So.
Okay. And she's all for the racing, obviously.
Yeah. Sometimes she doesn't really like the money side of things that come along with it, but
And now that you're married, she's got more to say about that now.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Big news though. No longer gonna drive a B-Mod?
Yeah. Well, I got a friend of mine that said he might throw me in his occasionally to play around, but we sold the car last fall, and I picked up a late model for this year.
Okay, and who ended up with the B-Mod?
Josh Austinson. He's from Portland, I think, or down that way. He's friends with Jason Strand.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And you ended up buying what?
I bought a NLRA or Wizota late model.
Yeah. What chassis?
It's a Pierce.
Okay. All right.
How long have you been thinking about doing this?
So I've wanted to race late model since I was probably like 14 years old. And a couple years ago, a buddy of mine bought a late model and decided it just wasn't for him. And it was an older car, and he was from Arkansas. He hauled it up, and my brother-in-law was going to run the trophy class at Devil's Lake with it that night. And I was like, well, I just got to hop in the late model and just try it out for practice. I've never ran one, you know. And so I hopped in it, and I ran 4 laps with it and blew it up. So he didn't get a chance to run it, but that was the most fun I ever had in a race car. And I really wanted to do it, but just funding wasn't there. And I posted the B-Mod for sale pretty much every year just to see
get any bites. Yep.
And kind of what did it in last year at the sites, the first lap, first turn, I got dumped, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with the B-Mods. And
Because you didn't run a whole lot last year.
no, after my dad passed, it just kind of wasn't, I wasn't really having fun with it. I didn't want to give it up. I've been racing since I've been 6 years old.
Sure.
But I'm sick of nobody really respects you in the B-Mod. And it seems the late model, there's a little bit more respect, and I mean the competition is stiffer, but everybody seems to respect each other for the most part. I mean, racing, you're gonna have wrecks and rubbing, and but it just the B-Mods are starting to kind of get out of hand. I mean, great class.
Oh yeah.
But
before it would be a handful of B-Mods could have a chance to win, and now it's to the point where there's probably 8, 9, 10 of them on any given night that have a chance. But you are right. You're going to see a little more rubbing and things like that in a B-Mod, and I do think the late model guys. Maybe it's the money, the difference in the cost of cars, but there are guys there in the late models. I mean, let's face it, they'll just say, "No, I'm not going to do that. I'll back off if I have to."
Like Tommy Corcoran, if he's running half, he'll just stay there. He's not going to do anything crazy. He's just stay at the bottom. And you have the guys that do that. You do have guys that are aggressive, and you have that in every class, really. But you do have some guys that are aggressive, and you kind of know the ones that do it, and you know what they're setting you up for as you're in the cocockpit of that car.
Right.
And we can see it as race fans.
Oh, sure.
Like something's going to happen. Like when Joey Peterson was running so good, he'd come into corner 3 and he'd dime that thing off and just shoot down out of corner 4. And you just knew something was getting set up on that side of things. So you know those things are happening. But this is pretty cool news. I mean,
it's awesome.
It's kind of a dream for you to be in this kind of a car.
Yeah. It's always been a dream to race against the World of Outlaws, and you know what? Whether I make the show or not, just to say that I'm out there with them is pretty cool to me. And my plan is, I'd like to eventually, within the next couple years, get a good enough program to where when Aiden's old enough to take over and I hang up the helmet, I have decent stuff for him.
Yeah, right. When did you get the late model?
I think November.
Okay, so you've been working on it all winter. Is there any other guys you're leaning on a little bit for help? Anybody that's, it's hard to ask for help sometimes, and we sit and talk about the fact that, you know, it's like a family, the racing fraternity. But is there anybody you've been calling and leaning on a little bit for help and advice?
Yeah, specifically Dustin Strand. He's probably sick of me by now because how many times I've called him.
Yep.
And then Blake Anderson came over and kind of helped get the car together. Just because, I mean, he's been around it with his dad, and he was offering to help, so I wasn't turning it down.
Right.
My brother-in-law, Chase, I mean, him and I spent a lot of long hours there, but and my wife was over there helping all the time. But, yeah, basically I was calling Dustin like crazy, and pretty much anybody that had a late model, I guess, that I was friends with, I'd ask questions, but Dustin was a huge help this year.
Yeah, he's and a lot of guys will say that same thing. Josh Parker, Nate's hat must be green. It's blending into the background. I didn't even realize that, but it is. All right.
I don't wear green. It's fluorescent yellow.
Yeah. Steven Lewis wants to ask you about Nate's time racing in New York, specifically Rolling Wheels Raceway.
So, let's see. I raced a Northeast Modified in New York. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with like a big block Modified. It wasn't a big block. I wish it was, but it's basically the same motor as what we ran in the B-Mod out there. I actually won at Rolling Wheels during Super Dirt Week. That track, I wish it was still open. It was phenomenal facility and so fast. They called it the fast track for a reason. But it was one of the biggest wins of my career was winning during Super Dirt Week.
I bet.
I mean, it was pretty cool. But I kind of traveled a little bit in New York. I didn't bounce around as much as I wanted to, but I didn't really have I had good sponsors there, but my sponsors out here are top notch and help out a ton. Sponsors are huge in racing. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, it's been a while. You've been in here before. It's been a while. But tell us how that Nate Reynolds ends up coming from the East Coast to the tundra.
Well, work. I came out here, and I had a friend that was hauling gravel in the oil fields, and I was actually on unemployment in New York, and my unemployment was running out, and he said, well, my boss will hire you and pay for your flight out and give you a place to stay and stuff, and it was good money. So I had all intentions on just coming out and going back home, and I did the first time. Well, then my boss ended up not bringing anybody back. He decided to close the business, and I kind of liked it out here, so I called that boss back up, and he had a place for me to stay, a pickup to drive at the time and everything, and he flew me back out, and then I met my wife, and then rest is history.
Wow.
There you go.
And you plan on sticking around here?
Oh, yeah, I love it here. I hate the East Coast. I miss the food, but I don't miss the people.
I hear you. It's a good place to visit. I mean, I've been to New York City and all over out there, and it's a really fun place to visit, but man, I couldn't stand out living out there.
Too many people.
Oh, yeah, it is crazy. When you've got 50,000 people walking down the sidewalk, I mean, it's nuts. You know, it's and all there is cabs, taxis everywhere.
Well, I didn't live there. I lived like Western New York, so I lived in the country. I grew up on a farm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But kind of about half an hour, 20 minutes from Niagara Falls is where I grew up.
Okay. Blake Anderson says, tell Nate I'm going to give him a good old donut on his door first night out. Boy, that sounds like a challenge to me.
Well, you know, it's going to be a love tap.
Yeah, okay.
Love tap.
Just enough to show it.
He spun out like 3 times in practice, and I didn't.
Oh, boy. Paul wants to know if you're looking for sponsors.
I'm always looking for sponsors.
Okay.
That's one of my sponsors, actually.
Oh, okay. I don't even want to try to pronounce the last name.
Chapesky.
Okay. Is he from like Stephen or somewhere around there?
Oh, he lives in Grand Forks here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Blake, hey now. What do you say we talk to the kid for a minute?
I like that idea. Let's go over and see what he's up to.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. Are you going to shy out on me now? Okay, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what your name is.
Aiden.
Aiden Reynolds. How old are you?
6.
6? And you are a race car driver, is that right? You you skipped school today, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the best part of the day, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you make sure
what do you drive, bud? What do you race?
What kind of car do you race?
Go-kart.
A go-kart? Nice. You know, so you started. What's this? This is second year riding.
This will be his third.
Third. So you started racing earlier than your dad. You know that? How cool is that?
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Are you any good? You won a race last year.
You've won a
didn't you?
race.
I won 2 races.
You won 2
Did you?
races.
Wow.
Dale would know. He announces at the racetrack for us.
One last year and one the year before.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say because your dad won one last year. You're as good as him.
For sure. Okay, question now. Big ones put you on the spot. Are you going to be better than your dad? Oh, you don't know. Or you just don't want to say because you're getting everything you want so far?
Are
This
you
is
learning?
cool.
Are you learning how to work on your car? Do you help your dad work on your car, or do you just watch him, or how does that go for you?
You got to answer.
Do you help him at all? Yeah. Do you put air in the
Sometimes.
tires? Do you clean
Sometimes.
it? Anything like that?
I clean it.
Yeah, yeah. And then
That's
you just
good.
you drive it like a madman, right?
Yeah, and I just watch them
Yeah.
work on it.
Yeah. So you're learning though, right? And pretty soon you'll be able to work on these things yourselves, right? Yeah. I like how you represent
I love
Reynolds
that.
racing. That is cool.
I love that.
That
Hey,
is awesome.
does your dad ever yell at you about your racing? He does, huh? Are you too aggressive? Do you go too fast? Or not fast enough? Aiden, why are you all of a sudden so shy? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I got a question for Aiden.
Okay.
Oh, Dale.
Hey, it's so cool seeing you at the go-kart track last year, seeing everyone, I mean, not only before and after the race here, but like you guys are always just kind of hanging out, like playing catch or tag or during intermission, hanging out on the track there. What's your kind of favorite thing to do in between when you have a little bit of downtime in between the races there?
That's a great question.
If you've got an hour to go between races, what do you like to do?
Go to the bathroom?
Drink Sunkist and then go to the bathroom?
Get a hot dog?
Yeah.
Get a
Throw mud chunks at other kids? Yeah, there we go. Now we're
throw
getting it.
mud chunks at other kids?
Are you one of the drivers that come up to the candy toss? I know a bunch of the drivers run up to the candy toss and are all about that candy. Are you one of them?
Oh, you get candy during the candy, so then you're all hopped up on sugar too, right? Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, you got to get that candy when you get it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I bet. Are you excited for this year?
Yeah,
Are you? How's your car look?
good.
Good. What colors are on it?
The same.
The same colors? So green, or sorry, fluorescent yellow? Not green.
Awesome.
We don't do green.
Green's bad luck on race cars.
Green's bad.
It's like
We
putting
won't dive into
it's
that.
like putting it's like having a banana on a boat. That's
Yeah.
a no-no. We
Is
got
it
somebody.
really?
Yeah. Well, that's bad
Why
luck.
is that?
That's why I don't catch fish.
Yeah. You bring bananas on your
Oh,
boat.
he eats bananas. and,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. See, I haven't peeled and eaten a banana since 1983.
Why?
Because back then, because I'm old, I was a runner.
Yeah.
And I used to have issues with cramping in my legs. And so my track coach would sit me down every single day during
Oh,
my
and
free
shove
hour
bananas down
and
you?
make me eat 2 bananas every single day. I love bananas. I love banana flavored stuff.
Right.
I just won't eat a banana. And I worked with a guy that ate one every day, and you could hear him eat it, and that just kind of turned me. Anyway, but that's a different story. We got somebody watching from now I lost him. From New York. What's
Yeah.
up, Nate? From New York, Billy Weiss.
Billy Weiss.
Wow.
Corey Palm chipped in. He's like, hey, green is not a bad color.
You know what? I like that. I drove a ditch pickle for years, Arctic Cat. So
Yeah.
I'm all about the green.
You're all
I
about
got
the
nothing
green?
problem. Yeah.
I had a
like
cat
that
sled.
stuff.
I like that, but I just don't like it on my race car.
Yeah. That's all right.
Now,
If you know history of racing with him, you think you know why. We're not going to dive into it. But
I knew somebody would mention something.
I think we know why.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You know what I forgot to mention?
What's up, buddy?
Forks Karting Association going to be a new sponsor of Dirty Thursday.
Nice. That's
Yep.
awesome news.
They will be sponsoring our track schedules, which
Okay.
is cool. And also,
love that
there was
idea.
supposed to be track cleanup this Saturday, where everybody gets together and just
Yeah.
cleans up, but it's been postponed.
Well, it's weather's not going to be favorable.
Right, it's supposed to rain, so they're going to try it again on May 4th. So
Yeah.
again, make plans. If you were planning on going out to the Forks Karting Association track, don't do it this weekend. It's supposed to rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from what I'm hearing. So,
Yes.
and again, I'm glad we got FKA on board with us on a Dirty Thursday.
That's awesome.
Gonna
Yeah,
be cool. Yeah.
And then probably in July we'll do their live drawing here again.
June, I think it is. June. I've got them scheduled already, but let me see.
Well, yeah, we got to figure that because you got to buy your raffle tickets. John, where's your book?
June 27th. I haven't got it
27th.
yet.
Reminder on the Forks Karting social media yesterday. Yeah, FKA members, if you need your raffle books, go ahead and get on the raffle books, and they got all the information on the Forks Karting Association Facebook page.
All
Good
right.
reminder because I haven't gotten mine yet.
Oh, you haven't? Yeah. Stop into Simonson's every morning for tea like I do, and you'll get it.
That look I got, guys, was freaking hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Nate, you mentioned didn't run a lot last year. 9 features, though, 1 win, 5 top 5, 7 top 10s. When you do the percentages together and all of that, all in all, not a bad year, though.
No, we were pretty consistent. I mean, I would have liked to race a little bit more, but we bought a camper and a boat like 2 years ago, so I spent quite a bit of time out at the lake and just kind of, I don't know, just needed a little bit of a break from the racing. And
Sure. And the funny thing is almost everybody I talk to that retires or gets out of racing, you know what their number one answer is? I want to spend more time at the lake.
Right.
That's what they say. I mean, think about it. Our summers here are, 3.5 weeks long, if we're lucky.
If we're lucky. With no wind.
Right. And the 3.5 weeks we have it, we got 90-mile-an-hour winds. But
Right.
no, I get it. Our summers are awfully short. Amanda Joe.
Oh, you're going to read this one?
Yeah, Nate, I'm sad that I won't see the super best friends racing next to each other anymore, but congratulations on the late model.
Yeah, thank you. Now maybe Jory will
That's Jory.
move
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't that be something?
That would be crazy.
And we got to give hats off to Jory too. I mean, he's been helping out the girl now, getting
Kenna.
all ready to go.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I'm looking forward to this.
So you were at the Devil's Lake Speedway then at the practice session, I believe.
I was there on Sunday. Joey Peterson rented the track, and I had messaged or got a hold of Nolan to see, since we weren't going to race on Saturday, if I could just come turn some laps. And he told me to reach out to Joey, and thanks to Joey and his family for allowing us to go out
Yeah.
there. And I only did 2 sessions because I forgot my fuel at home, and I ran out of fuel the second session. But it was still fun. And
Hey, at least it was practice when you forgot about it.
I like the seriousness on his face, but it was still fun.
Still good. So did you get to watch Kenna as an old
Yep.
B-Maid,
Yep.
B-Mod driver? What do you think of her moving up and how'd she do out there? In your opinions?
She'll get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be intimidating. I'll never forget when I moved up to big cars. I actually went to street stocks after go-karts, and I mean, we had success in it, but the guys are gonna try to intimidate her, and she just gotta kind of block that out and give it right back to them.
Yeah, I think she's got one hell of a teacher too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know.
Paul
he'll be
Erickson
there.
says summer was 2 weeks ago. We missed it.
Oh God, Paul.
Corey Palm wants to know, Nate, we all need to know why a late model and not a wingless.
That's a great question because if you remember,
I know.
you and I sat down and were talking about this because we were both waiting for you to get done at the dentist, and we're talking back and forth about that. You were uncertain. What made you? Because you had the late model already, or
No,
what?
no.
What
Well,
was
I did
the-
have that the late model that my buddy gave me that I blew up, but it's old and I couldn't race that one. So I mean, I did have still a bunch of parts. We stripped that down just so we had some spares.
Sure.
And I mean, I still have most of the motor parts, so I could get a spare motor together. And I don't know. Like I said earlier, I've always wanted to race a late model, and I don't know, the timing was just right to do. We got a decent deal on it, and I mean, it's not out of the question. I might
Right.
try a wingless down the road. I mean, Corey actually let me hop in his car one time for the mechanics race, and it was a blast.
His
I mean,
car's green.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That's probably why I didn't do too good in it.
Oh, that's
but-
probably, huh? Yeah. No, Corey's one of those guys that probably let you get in there and do that
Yeah.
thing. So,
Yep.
well, it was definitely on your mind. I know that for sure. Like
Yep.
you were talking about it pretty heavily. So, and you weren't really mentioning late model that time.
Yeah.
But you were more of that wingless sprint thing. So I thought for sure when the announcement would come out on Facebook, I thought for sure I'd see a
Pure stock.
a pure stock, the awesome, beautiful pure stock build. That's
Yeah.
what Casey's
Yeah,
waiting
I
for
see
that too. Yeah.
What, that's, and
Yeah.
I just want to throw this in there. I wouldn't mind hot lapping a wingless. I think that'd be kind of fun. Look at that.
What? Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen Lewis.
Yeah, thanks, Steven. Man,
of course he's got everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't have
that's
brakes.
sharp looking, man.
That's beautiful.
It is.
I didn't have brakes, so I had to like throw it into the corner. Well, I
Yeah.
had brakes, but not very good.
It looks like you're throwing her there. That's for sure.
A little bit of dry slick there.
Oh, it was a little slick.
Yeah. What's the deal with the pure stock?
So, everybody wanted to know what I was doing and what our plans were for the year. and,
Okay.
I just
Was it
had
April Fool's? I think you
Yep,
sent it. Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and before that, I was kind of just kept saying, oh, I don't know, maybe a pure stock, and because I figured nobody would believe it that I'm gonna go down to a pure stock, and
Yeah.
people started believing it. So then I found a picture of a blue pure stock on April Fool's and posted it, and there was a lot of people that believed it. Didn't
A lot of comments like, no, like, what are you doing?
I know.
It
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Your wife named Jennifer?
Yes, she is.
There may have been some extra pushing away from wingless from his better half. All right, gotta like that.
She's awesome too.
Yeah, well, she seen that guy flip on the front stretch in Forks,
Yeah.
And he
break
hasn't
his-
raced.
One that got
yet.
hurt.
back or neck. And
Yeah.
right there, kind of trumped it. She was still gonna let me do it. She was supportive, but she was more so for the late model.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well, I get that. I get that. And again, thank you, Stephen. Tell you what, we're going to take a little break here. The Bullring Boys hanging out with Nate and Aiden Reynolds. Now, of course, Nate going to be driving an NLRA late model this year. And we've also got Aiden, and he's running go-karts. It's going to be fun.
Go-karts.
We got more to talk about, but we're going to take a little break. We'll be back in just a minute, okay? Saturday, May 4th at the NLRA Center, the Valvoline Tire 1 Toughest Monster Truck Tour Championship Weekend, presented by Sleep In, will return to the NLRA Center. This is the event that will determine who the 2024 Tour Champion will be. This year's event will include the return of 2023 Tour Champion Tailgater, making the effort to defend his title, plus several others, including Dirt Crew, Maximus, Dozer, and at least one never seen before at the NLRA Center. This is the premier monster truck event that always includes lots of big dirt jumps, old school crush cars, and racing that's just as exciting as the monster truck freestyle. Stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change on South 38th Street the day before the event to see a monster truck. Get free pit passes and register to win free tickets too. The toughest monster truck tour begins at 3 p.m. Saturday, May 4th at the NLRA Center, brought to you by Valvoline Tire 1. All righty, and we are back on Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway. The Bullring Boys sitting down with Aiden and Nate Reynolds. And now I understand Aiden's brother, Caitlin, is going to be racing go-karts. Is he going to be running this year, or how long will that be going on till? Let's get some volume. But there we go. You plan on getting another one going?
Yeah, Calvin raced last year. It was his first year. He ran rookie gas, and he really impressed me, actually, for never being in a go-kart before. And the go-kart I had him running was kind of a piece of junk, but got his feet wet in it, and we actually had a go-kart sponsored to us by Jacob Wild.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And really appreciate that. It was a big step up from what we had him in. Eventually, I'd like to get both the boys into the wing cart class.
Oh,
but
yeah.
probably next year, maybe.
I'm going to ask Aiden. Are you there? Are you a better race car driver than your brother?
I don't know.
No, I was hoping we'd get a little competition going. A little competition.
Well, I told him at the break, I said, dude, you got to quit shoulder shrugging. Say
Yeah,
something.
I know.
I know he can talk.
you talk.
Yeah, I know he's pretty vocal. He's out there watching people walk by. Did you see any cute girls walk by?
No.
Is there such thing? Is cute girls?
No.
Yeah, give it a couple of years there,
Your
pal.
girlfriend will be mad, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you have a girlfriend?
What? Get out of
No.
here. You're 6.
Oh, what's her name?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Oh,
you don't?
Okay.
He lies.
I did want to ask you this, Nate. I know my neighbor is planning, and they were talking about it. They've got a daughter now. I think she's just turned 4. And she's got one of those, the electric Jeep things, but you should see her drive up and down my driveway, my concrete. Crazy. She's good. It's like Dobmeyer's kid when he was 4.
Yeah.
And they're talking about possibly getting her into karts. And I said, well, you know what you do? Show up at the track on a Wednesday night. And there's people there that will let you put her in the cart and take a couple of laps and go get her used to it. Don't go spend the money, but for entry-level karts, what's somebody looking at? I mean, I know somebody right now that's got everything for sale for under $3,000.
Yep, I saw that.
And it looked like a pretty good deal, but it is probably between $2,000 and $3,000, I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if you want really top-of-the-line stuff, which, I mean, honestly, for novice, you don't need top-of-the-line.
Right.
His first go-kart, which actually was the one that Kellen was running last year, like I said, not the greatest, but it was race ready, and I think I spent $1,000 maybe.
And get some seat time in, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't that bad. And actually, I don't have the motor anymore. I sold that, but if anybody needs just a cart that you can throw a cheap motor on, I'd sell it.
I might be reaching out to you. Tommy Corcoran, would you just get out of bed? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Paul Erickson wants to know, so Nate, what's the plan for the season? Are you planning on just running River Cities? Are you going to chase NLRA points or something else?
Well,
Thank you, Paul.
I don't know if I'm ready to chase points yet, I guess. I got a lot to learn. That thing, I'm going to be leaning on people all summer to help. Like I said, Dustin's been great with a lot of my questions, and it's a different animal. We do plan on running NLRA, but we'll see how the first couple weeks go, and that'll make a decision. River Cities for sure. Devil's Lake. I might bounce around some, but we'll see with work and whatnot what I can do. And
how important is it? And I'm guessing I know what the answer is going to be, especially when you're jumping up into a different class. But how important are these test and tunes when you can find them when Mother Nature allows it?
Oh, very, very important. That's why even though I only got to run 2 sessions, it was huge. I mean, Jen took a couple videos the first time and then the second time out, and there was definitely an improvement. I had a little bit more confidence, and I mean, I couldn't imagine just going out there and,
How important is the video part for you when you say that? Because we see more and more people doing it.
It's pretty big. She doesn't like doing it during the races.
Right.
So normally, if Devil's Lake has their recorder there, we'll buy that race if I'm racing. Or River Cities, and then I always go back and watch it to see where I messed up and when I stepped on it.
Right. Tom Corcoran, by the way, replied, just got furloughed from the rest home.
Oh, man, I'm so sorry about that, Tom. You know what happens when you can't call bingo right? Yeah. Tommy couldn't call bingo right.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I miss Tom. It's going to be, I just can't wait for the season to start.
I think just like we always talk about the reunion side of things, going to see everybody again.
The first time. You almost want to get there, and it drives my wife nuts because I know darn well, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get a test and tune in so we know what we're getting into. But I'll want to be there at like 3 o'clock. She's like, what are you going there at 3 o'clock for? Blah, because I missed a lot of these guys.
Yep.
They're, you're used to talking to them every week and again, family, like we talk about, but these guys are almost like my family. I didn't know Dustin Strand. I didn't know Tom Corcoran. I lean on Dustin a lot too. It amazes me when you said you've called him so much. I'll go into his shop and I bet you his phone rings 50 times.
Oh, yeah.
And the dude always drops what he's doing and he helps people.
Yeah.
I mean, and we need more of that. Tom Corcoran, same way. Nick Curtis, tell Nate to bring me that hat he owes me to the first night out. Nick Curtis, you owe him a hat.
Only if he throws that number 4 hat away. Sorry, Trey.
Ooh, there you go. There you go.
But yeah, there's as far as the talking goes, my wife loves that part of the racing because I'm always gone and talking, and they're at 3 p.m., so I always hear about that.
Oh, yeah. Why do you got to go so early for? It's that right. Paul Erickson, right. You want to show up at 3 because the bush light is cold already there. Okay, now, I don't always have a bush light in my hand. Let's get this straight.
The bush light, I'll tell you, the bush light for John doesn't start until the press box.
Well, I have one at the drum.
Well, one at the drum, but then, yeah, you always have the pre one
Yep.
just to get to talking. But, yeah, it only starts till race night. Like, I say green flag starts.
Yeah, usually I'll stop at the drum.
Yep.
Which, by the way, Paul, one of the people that spearheaded bike night at the drum, and you'll be hearing more about that here
Nice.
on GFBS. Broken Drum's going to be
Oh, my
doing
gosh.
stuff with us. But I'll stop in there, and I tell you what, it's for one thing, it loosens me up a little bit.
Yep.
And it's people, vocal lubrication, I call it.
Yeah.
But people are like, well, why can't you drink lemonade? Well, lemonade's not going to loosen me up.
No.
And I mean, you got to have a little oomph in your,
Yeah.
and plus we're a little funnier, I think. Well, I think maybe I am. I don't know. But, and then, yeah, I maybe we'll have one before races, and then I'll have one up in the press box.
Yep.
During intermission, I grab one more.
Yep.
And that's it during race night.
Yeah.
I'll have my 2 during the races. But when you scream as many words as we do in a night, yeah, you got to
Lemonade ain't gonna help you with
something.
that, yeah.
You got to have something. But thanks for thinking of me, Paul.
Yeah.
So who all helps you on your stuff? I know your dad was around a lot for that stuff, and I know it's a big change. Are you more on your own now, or do you have any crew guys that help you out?
Just basically my brother-in-law Chase and myself, and if anybody else decides to come and help, my wife, she's there when she can, but when we have all 4 kids at the track, it's
Yeah.
kind of tough to
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
do that. But they're getting older, and it's a lot easier for her to be helping. Then I mean, Aiden's trying. There's just a little stuff that I won't let him touch.
Well, it's
yeah.
hard, and don't get me wrong here, but when you have the attention span of a gnat,
Yeah.
because
Well, yeah, check-
let's face it, most kids do.
Check out his chair.
Okay, where is he?
He's, that's,
He's got 2 fans and a hat there.
yeah, yeah,
And he's gonzo.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Got a couple of Canadians watching, Daryl and Daryl.
Hey, guys.
Yep, no Larry.
No Larry.
Daryl works. Good morning, boys. Don't forget to have one with the Canadians. Well, I can't wait to see these guys. Daryl Oakley, come by the campsite a
We'll
little
get you
earlier.
loosened
We'll
up.
get you loosened up.
They got some other stuff besides beer there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're good guys.
I got a funny story for you about that. It wasn't Daryl, but Ryan Karelick's
yeah.
uncle.
Yep. Carol, yeah.
Well, anyways, I won a pretty big race in Greenbush, and I don't remember if Ryan was in A mods at the time or if he was in late models yet. But anyways, they were there racing too. Well, as soon as I won, I got out, and his uncle yells, "Fireball at my camper afterwards." Well, we did a couple fireball shots, and that kind of ruined my night. Well, then I won the sights that one year,
Yeah.
and I'm in Victory Lane, and I could hear Fireball, and I knew exactly who it was. Well, that was the last time I've had Fireball, and I don't think I'll ever have Fireball again. I can't even stand the smell of it after that night. But
Oh, boy. I've been there, done that before. Not with Fireball, but
I've done it with Fireball.
yeah, when I was down on vacation,
Oh, really?
I dabbled.
So just recently.
Yeah, and I don't know if I got sick from that, which I'm guessing I did, but it's probably the first hangover I had in 20 years.
Really?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Nothing left in me.
it's hard to recover, too, the older you get.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is. Well,
God.
that's bush lights. They got me back to where
Yeah.
I needed to be.
Yeah.
So
Get you back on an even
that worked.
keel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you're talking, and we mentioned this too, Nate, that you want to keep doing this until, possibly like Aiden or one of the other kids goes up there. But you plan on going that long, and you want him to keep going into it? I mean, it looks like he's pretty darn interested in doing that. So
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'd love to race against him someday.
Yeah,
and
wouldn't
I
that be
mean,
cool?
if Callan keeps going, I mean, he just got into it, so I don't know what kind of interest he's gonna have. Then we'd figure out something for him. But yeah, I mean, if you want to be serious, I don't have the money to do 2 competitive race cars.
Right.
And I mean, this is a big leap for me to go into this late model
Oh, yeah.
compared to what the B mod cost.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you make a little bit more money, but you spend a lot more money.
Sure you do.
Yeah, oh, very much so.
And I mean, and I'm realistic about it. I know I'm going up against $40,000 rollers or more. And I mean, if we get lucky and start out front, the track conditions are right, maybe we'll have good finishes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time for me to get comfortable in it because I was not comfortable the other day at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different.
And I mean, let's face it, there's guys with endless checkbooks, and there's guys that run. I mean, Brody Troftgruben, great example of a guy running an old car and did very, very well with it.
Ran a 2010 model.
Yeah, and I know he's got stepped it up. He's got a new one now, from what I heard.
That's what mine is.
Okay.
He's old.
Perfect. That's no nothing wrong with that.
Saw him win a lot of races with that thing,
Yeah.
and not to mention in the points,
He was
how
very
good he was in the
competitive.
points.
Very competitive.
You love Fireball, huh?
What? Who says? Oh my god.
Your wife. Ooh, Chad loves Fireball.
I used to.
My wife loves it.
I had a bad experience with Fireball over the holiday season.
Oh, yeah,
a couple of years ago, I think. And I spent the morning in my parents' bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. So
And
you
all
know,
night.
And my mom coming around the corner like, "Do you want any more chicken dip?" You know. And that just So I have abundant supply of Fireball at the house, and I haven't touched it in like a year and a half.
I bet that chicken dip burnt.
Oh my god! And my parents, they raised me, if you play, you pay.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
But you got to go to work or
Yep.
whatever, you know. So there's been several nights when I was in college and I'd go home at 6 a.m. in the morning, and I had horses then, and my dad would wake me up at 6:30 and be like, "Let's go,
Yep.
we got stuff to do." I'm like, "Oh."
When
yeah.
I was in college, I went to tech school, so you basically punched in. We had class at 7:30 every morning.
Oh sure.
And back then the drinking age was 19. And so we used to have these Two Fingers tequila parties because Two Fingers tequila was about the hardest booze you could buy at the cheapest. And you could always tell who was at the Two Fingers party because they'd show up for class wearing the same clothes they had on the day
The night
before.
before. Yeah.
And my instructor, God love the guy, Howard Rocky, would come up and say, "Jesus, you guys smell like cheap booze." And well, yeah, we
Yeah.
should.
Right?
My wife likes Fireball on the rocks, glass
Okay.
Fireball with ice, and not a shot. You know,
Well,
she'll
they-
sip it.
The shooters, right? That's what. Yeah, it's like, and that Christmas they had a candy cane that filled with like 10 or so shooters, and everybody, and then my uncles were there and everything. Like, "Here, take a shot, shot," and they're like, "I'm not drinking that. Well, I'll drink it again." You know. So I drank it, everybody else's stuff, and no, she's right.
And
Yeah.
you did not help make sausage that morning. Oh boy, that would have
Absolutely
been
not.
tough.
We made sausage that whole day prior. That night is when the festivities happened, and that next day I couldn't even go in the garage. Like I'd go down there and like, no, back upstairs I went.
It's pretty bad when you're too hungover to go into a garage.
I felt so bad because that afternoon we had this Fireball story is getting out of hand here. I felt so bad that afternoon is we had to head into town and go see my in-laws. So my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, and like my niece and nephews and everything. I'm just feeling completely like a pile of poop. We walk in there, and we're one of the first ones there at the house, and we're sitting there talking. And I told my father-in-law's name is Larry. I was like, "Hey, Larry," he goes, "You don't look good." I'm like, "I'm not feeling very good."
He's so white, you're almost blue.
His oldest walks in, just did a pub crawl the night before. He feels the same way I did, so I was in great shape after that, knowing that somebody else was just
You had
as
a
bad
burping
as
buddy
me.
with you.
Oh, it's perfect. It was perfect. Yeah, so I'm with you on Fireball, buddy. I don't know if I can ever do it again. So if anybody wants Fireball, I got probably like 25 shooters in my closet.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll remember that. Bring a couple to the first race.
I should do
My
that.
wife will be happy.
I should do. Yeah, I should do. Well, that'd be perfect for Lori. Yeah.
You talk about the cost increase. Now, obviously, from a B mod to the late model. Sponsorship, we all know, you've mentioned it, how important it is. Does that mean you need to pick up your game a little bit? Have you picked up your game? Are you looking for more sponsorship? Are you still looking? And let's go through who's helping you out in this gig now, your sponsors.
Yeah, like I said before, always looking for sponsors. And yes, I do have to step up my game, I guess, and get more proposals out there and whatnot. But it's tough. I mean, the economy is tough, and it's it's never been easy just to go ask somebody for money.
Yeah,
I
I
guess,
have a hard time with that too.
And I mean, anything helps, you know. Tires, fuel. I mean, anything.
Yeah, and you know, when you say anything helps, I can remember helping guys years back on A-mods and also sprint cars, but they'd have a sponsor for oil. They'd have a sponsor for beer. I mean, all the little
need one of those kind of
things that
sponsors.
add up, you know, they all make a big difference. So,
But yeah, no, I've Got a lot of returning sponsors. We got Miller Motivations, Mike Miller, JT on Trucking, Wahalla Building Center. They've been with me for years now. They're great, Daryl and Michelle. Dahlstrom Motors, Enerson Construction, Brent's Pit Stop, Helm Enterprises out of Drayton, Johnson Sugar Beet and Grain up out of Drayton, Silverado Trucking, Paul Trapesky. My brother-in-law Chase pitches in here and there. My mom pitches in quite a bit still.
That's awesome.
Well, Mom and Dad got me into racing, and it was a huge thing for them. My wife lets me spend a lot of money on the race car.
Yeah.
Then on the go-kart side of things, I forgot, and Dustin Strand, SRT Specialties, he's helped out here and there for things. Jorian Timberg and Blake Anderson, like I said before, helped out this winter. On the go-kart side of things, Brent's Pit Stop, Aiden picked up Vegan Construction this year. Wahalla Building Center, Johnson Farms, Helm Enterprises, Haugland Farms, Dahlstrom Motors, Miller Motivations, and he can name the rest.
Who's some of your
Who else is
sponsors there,
sponsors?
kid?
Do you know them? You got it. Perfect. Read it off.
Dad,
Okay.
Dad?
Mom. Yep.
Nana,
Yeah.
Jason Obergon, Uncle Chase.
I like it.
How about that? That's awesome.
Good job, bud.
Yeah.
See, you can say something. Yeah.
That was awesome. I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Well, you look back, Samantha. I'm gonna call her Samantha.
Oh, Sam, yeah, Samantha.
She was standing out here. I thought she was wearing a dress, and it was a 5XL NLRA shirt.
Sweatshirt,
Yeah.
hoodie.
I thought she was calling me fat or something.
Well, that's it. Yeah, she's wearing this 5XL.
I mean, I know I'm chubby, but
Yeah, that's what I thought. What are you talking about?
It could be your new nighty.
Well, and then I get in text messages here, like there's Aaron Rested. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Probably should know who that is. It's I call him Buck. He just texted, I want to know if I polished my head this morning.
It does look a little shiny.
It's freshly groomed.
I thought
so
that. Mhm.
you know, that's good about that too. You know, just trying to keep the light
Sure.
away from you guys and shine it backwards.
You got to powder your head.
Yeah, just kind of walk in here with some powder next time. But you bring up, everybody here is very thankful. It's amazing what a race car driver can do with the support at home. And that's huge. Even for us, obviously our wives are very supportive of what we do. But you mentioned that again, like, that's pretty cool to have that support system that you have right at home too.
yeah, and I mean, she comes out all the time and helps tinker on the car, helps me unload it, wash it, whatever it takes, packs the cooler. I mean, there's a lot of behind the scenes things that a lot of people don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people that are watching this are race car drivers or have been around racing their whole life, but there's a lot more than, it's not just load the race car up and go to the track. It's
Yeah.
a lot of work.
And we all know for a marriage to work, there's give and take. We all got to do it. We all have to do things we don't enjoy doing, but that's what you do. Do you get stuck into that? I mean, does she drag you around to like craft fairs or rummage sales or any of that kind of stuff?
I mean, Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, yeah.
I like.
I don't mind going to Hobby Lobby. I don't mind that.
I don't mind that at all because I can walk through like the Ford and Chevy and all that different signs. They're not antique signs because they're made, but they just look so cool.
They do look cool.
So Brittany will go off and do her thing a little bit, and I'll just stand there and look at this, like, oh, that's neat. And then I'll walk and find her, and I don't mind Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, anything that she
love
makes
that.
you do that you just absolutely don't like doing, but you do because you're a good hubby.
She's not gonna say that because she's watching.
You're trying to put me on the spot here.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe a little.
Yeah. We're supposed to have a little controversy here at this show. It can't just all be fun. It can't be all funsies. Just kidding. Hobby Lobby for racing sounds like a pretty solid trade. Yeah, it is a very solid trade.
There you go.
That is a very solid. No, but definitely you can hear that Jen's taking the team manager kind of role, and those are huge.
Oh, there's so many things, like he said.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
just so many things you got to think about, and what's going on, and all of that stuff. And it's nice to have the small things that add up to the big things.
Yes.
Taken care of.
Yes, the little things you don't have to worry about. Dustin Strand, I met him at Simonson's one time when I was announcing at Devil's Lake. He pulls in, and I was like, "What's up, buddy?" "Oh, I just forgot all the snacks for the guys."
Oh yeah.
know?
You got to keep your guys happy
Yeah.
too.
So he was grabbing just anything he can get his hands on, And they took off. They passed like 85 miles an hour. It was hauler, but
Hey,
yeah.
do you have any rituals race night? I mean, there's people that
good
are
one.
superstitious people. I was when I was a hockey player and track and stuff. But do you have any rituals, or is there something Nate Reynolds does on race night that never changes?
No, I
Do
don't
you
think I
wipe
really...
a different way?
No,
I mean,
no.
sorry.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't call it a ritual, but I don't really eat on race day until after the race. I don't
Really?
Do you think it's nerves?
Yeah, probably.
Butterflies?
Or if for some reason I really get nervous if I'm like starting on the front row or something and my stomach is just killing me.
Yeah.
Do you still get nervous? I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Blake
Yeah.
wants to know if you miss him yet.
Oh, all the time.
We still got
you-
door panel of his up there on the wall. Yeah.
That's straight.
That's got a little bit of rubbing on it.
It probably had to tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, it's
before
got a
you
little
get it
bit of
up
rubbing.
there.
I've got
Yeah.
another one I need to get in here that's going up too. But,
When you go out your first race this season, when it's legit, you're not practicing anymore. What do you think that's going to feel like?
Just like a normal race, I guess. I mean, it's no different. I've been racing long enough that it's just I don't know. It's just like an everyday thing to me.
You think, yeah?
I mean, I'll still be a little nervous, but I think it'll be a lot easier to be following the fast guys and kind of see where they're letting off and stuff like that. Because me out there by myself, I don't, really understand the car yet. And I was listening to Joey Peterson talk to Tucker the other day and kind of explain to him what he was doing wrong, how to get better here and whatnot. And then I kind of went out there, and I might not have did exactly what he was telling him, but I was kind of focused on where he was telling him to let off and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it'll come. I mean, like I said, I'm realistic. I'm not gonna go light the world on fire, but
Right.
and I'm a rookie. I mean,
you got to be a sponge. I mean, you have to be a sponge. And here's the thing with these other racers: a lot of guys will jump into a car, never had a race car, maybe go from go-karts to a late model or something like that. And I get it how mistakes can be made and things that get said to the people that make the mistakes. A lot of people just say, oh, it was a racing deal. But you guys all know if it's a racing deal or not. But does it make you feel a little better that knowing that you've got all this experience in the B-Mod and these guys you're going to be running against know your way around a race car? It's a different step. It's going to take the time. But I think these guys are pretty, I don't think they really think that they'd have to worry about, we got the 6R out there now. Oh, boy, look out.
Right.
I don't think that'll be an issue, and I think everybody will just let you go. Do you feel that same way?
yeah. I mean, like you said, I've raced long enough. I know how to drive a race car. It's just need to learn the setup side of things. I know I'm just saying I'm not going to be fast out of the gate. You know what I mean?
You don't know that.
Yeah, maybe.
You
but-
don't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you take the experience side of things. You could be that. Depending on how that track looks, how your car's set up, and all those things go into each other. And then when you get up there and you get a great draw, that's the big thing.
it is.
If you get a big draw and you're starting outside pole or on the pole, and then you got the car that just feels great, you don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah, and this could be comparing apples to oranges when it comes to cars and all that. But remember the one TPO last year? I mean, lit it up
Yeah.
first year in a late model.
No, he did 100%.
You know how to
he did.
drive a car, and you can adjust quickly.
Yep.
I have all the confidence in the world in you, man. I think you're going to have.
Oh, I think
it's
so
gonna be a great
too.
year.
I think if you hit everything well and you're starting to pick it up, you could come visit me in Victory Lane this year. You never know. You never know. It could happen. I'd be excited.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
I think bringing everybody down there, and man, I'm pumped up for this. This would be kind of different for you. I heard it's a lot more challenging sometimes that late model than people really put on. So you could be talking to me really out of breath.
I'm always out of breath when I see you.
But is that a good thing?
I probably need a diet. But
No,
Hey.
you've done plenty over this winter.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask Aiden something. Do you sign autographs for people?
No.
Are you going to have to learn how to do that pretty soon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you write your name really fancy?
No.
So you can't write it really fancy. You got to get a little fancy thing with a number 6 on it or something.
No.
You know
No.
what you do? Put an A there and then scribble.
Yep.
That's it.
That's all you got to do.
And then to the number 6. You're done.
Yeah, and if you want the chicks, then you put a little heart at the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah. XOXO stuff. That means hugs and kisses. Do that. Awesome, guys. This was awesome.
What's fun, huh?
Oh, yeah. Kids this age are fun.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And especially how you see his mind thinking. And, yeah, he's been over there
Busy.
moving. He's busy.
Yeah, he's busy. All
Man,
right.
I wish I had that energy.
And he plays like every sport, so I'm always busy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What's your favorite sport?
Hockey.
Is it?
Hockey?
Ah.
No.
Who's going to win the Stanley Cup?
Vegas.
The Knights.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I didn't want to hear that one.
Yeah, Vegas. Neither did Stephen Lewis.
I was kind of rooting for Washington,
Yeah.
and I'm a fan of the Islanders because I like Brock Nelson.
Sure.
And I don't like any Canadian team, and not just because of you, Steven. I just don't like Canadian teams because they call it their sport, and they haven't won a Stanley Cup since I can remember.
Yeah.
So I like giving them the jabs there and giving them crap about that. But once my Wild got beat, out, but. I'm not a basketball fan, but the Timberwolves are looking pretty damn good. So
Yeah. Well,
and NFL draft is today.
it's a Thursday.
Starts today.
It's a Thursday, so Grand Forks Best Source got a hell of a lineup, I'm assuming. Sports Highway.
Oh yeah. Oh, tonight is going to be
That's
crazy.
gonna be nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be crazy. Okay. Anything that we left out that you want to get out there?
No, not really. Just excited to get her started and, learn some new things.
Yeah. And how about you? What grade are you in now?
First.
You're in first grade
First.
already. So what did you miss out on today? Are you going to be way behind now because you didn't learn anything today?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Should we
Let's hope
drop you
not.
off on the way home?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Drop
got
you
it.
back
No,
up at
You want to go back to school?
Oh, okay.
What school do you go to?
Manville.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I like
Who's your
it.
teacher? You don't know your teacher?
I don't want to tell you.
Oh, do you
Oh,
like
that's
your
a
teacher?
secret?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a girl or a guy?
Girl.
Oh, so you have a crush on your teacher, don't you?
No, I don't.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll find out one day,
We'll get you to open up throughout the year here. Aiden.
Yeah.
It'll happen. It'll be all right.
You think you'll ever want to come back on the show?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good, buddy.
And then this guy back there, Dale, remember him?
Yeah.
And you make sure you tell your mom next time he wants to get an interview, you say, "Mom, I got this." All right?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you actually talk to him, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be wearing the fluorescent yellow windbreaker there on go-kart nights.
There you go.
I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
You excited about announcing out in Devil's Lake this year?
I'm very, very, very excited. I got my tune set. I got a very good. I was asking for some recommendations on tunes there, and just I think we kind of touched on it a little bit last week. Just getting that crowd jacked up to bring out the best of all the drivers. Do you guys feed off the fans out there
yeah.
when
Yep.
you just hear everyone get all revved up there?
I mean, when we can hear them, I guess. Yeah, like when we get out of the car and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's one of my favorite tracks. River Cities, Devil's Lake, definitely are my two favorite out here. I used to love racing Greenbush. Hopefully they figure something out there because I was looking forward
Yeah.
to getting back there.
Yeah.
And Devil's Lake is the dozen or so races I've called there. They're always very good for the B mods.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about some great racing, and it's like that every single Saturday night. I think I don't know if I've ever had a bad night there, but yeah, it's in Greenbush. It's too bad. I did talk to a gentleman from Greenbush yesterday who happens to be very good friends with the track owners, and we thought something was going to be in the works, and from what he told me, he doesn't know. He's very skeptical. He doesn't think it's going to happen, but it still could.
Yeah.
It always sucks when a track closes, and I don't think it's so much of a economy thing. It's just the guy he's been doing it for a long time, and he wants to step back. I mean,
And
he's
he's-
driving 3 hours
Yeah.
just to get there,
Yeah.
from Glendon to Greenbush. That's a haul. And if you're going to do that and you want to run a track the right way, you got to be there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, Trapper. I mean, there comes a time. I mean, you're not going to be working in a tire store forever.
No.
Maybe
and-
Chad should buy it.
there you go.
Yeah. I don't want to live in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm starting to get to that point myself. Believe me. Yeah, I'm starting to get to that point myself.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, thank
again.
you, guys. This is
yeah,
awesome.
Nate and Aiden Reynolds. Watch for him. Nate, of course, going to be in the brand new NLRA late model car this year. Brand new to
Yes.
you. It's brand new for us. I am super stoked.
Yes.
There was a few years ago I was worried about the late model class, and now it just seems like it's just thriving and striving,
Yep.
and it's just getting up there again. And I'm really keyed up for it. I can't wait for this year. The new faces, the new cars, it's going to be awesome. And then another thing we've got going on is, nothing for next Dirty Thursday. So give us a call. You know anybody that wants to be on the show? Otherwise, Dustin, I might be calling you again. But no, if you know anybody that wants to get on here on Dirty Thursday and is not afraid to talk and have a good time with us, feel free, get a hold of me. You can email us local@gfbestsource.com or message me on Facebook or whatever, and or talk to Dale or Chad or Nate or anybody.
If I could piggyback off that a little bit, I think it's been so cool. We've been getting a lot of new drivers in this last several months who haven't been on the show before. People watching this haven't been on the show before, just don't know how to reach out. You mentioned a lot of great ways. Straight up, also just send us a message on GFBS, the Facebook page. Go to the Messenger, send us a message that way, or our website. There's a contact us link on gfbestsource.com. Two great ways.
Awesome. There you go.
Got one more thing. I forgot, and I'm terrible at this, but
That's okay.
Got to thank Lenny Tufty too. He's always pretty busy, but when he can make it, he's at the track helping us out. And then besides that, that's pretty much. And if I forgot, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people that put in work on.
Sure.
Oh, it takes a whole team to do that.
And it's hard to remember everybody because one person just can't do it. But are you ready to go for the season? And is the boy ready to go?
Yeah. All I got to do to his kart is put the motor on and ready to go. Maybe put a new body on, but I mean his body's still in good shape. So, and then I just got to get his brother's kart together. But my car is ready to roll, and pretty much all I got to do is bleed some brakes and mount some tires, and we're ready.
Don't forget the fuel.
And fuel.
Don't forget fuel.
I filled up a couple cans already. So we're making progress. It's baby steps.
I love it.
All right. Have you heard of any more test and tunes on the schedule for anybody? I know we were talking about possibly Thursday
for
next
River
week.
City?
Yeah,
Yep.
I heard rumors about that. We'll see. I think they'll let everybody know here soon. But
Yeah, that'll be.
Yeah, and I would imagine if they have one, we'll see you there.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely on my plans is to at least go there and shake the car down some. And I don't know. I debated on going to Fargo and testing, but that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's a haul.
Yeah.
I mean, just to go down there, but anything's a haul nowadays. But to do that, that's a big commitment to be down there for the day for sure.
Yeah. Reed Foss says, better get him some Fireball for the first race.
No.
He's already, nope.
But I can say, though, sometimes if you're hung over, it might help in a race car. I know from experience. I don't know how, but I won a big race one day, really hung over, because we went to the Bund for a pizza and one beer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know how
closed
that
it
goes.
down, and I don't know how I won it, because it was a very horrible day, but I won it.
Do you know how you got home that night?
Yep. My buddy Jeremy drove me.
Okay, well, as long as you know how you got home that night, it could have been worse, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
I want to thank you guys for coming in. Aiden, thanks for coming in today, buddy.
Thanks, big guy. Appreciate you skipping school for us.
Go get a win, okay? Go get a bunch of wins this year.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll see you at the track, all right?
Okay.
Deal?
All right. There you go. Chad, thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you, buddy. Good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thanks to Dale, the producer. Another great show today.
Rocking it out.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Nate, Aiden Reynolds, along with the Bullring Boys here on a Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway and Rumors Sports Bar and Casino right here in the Grand Cities Mall. By the way, you know, Rumors always has the very, very big, huge, humongous Kentucky Derby party. It's coming up next week, Saturday or Sunday, whatever day it is, Saturday. Yeah, make sure you go to Rumors Sports Bar and Casino. Check out the Kentucky Derby. Maybe you want to watch Minnesota Twins. Maybe you want to watch the Timberwolves, the NHL playoffs. You can watch whatever you want sports-wise because Rumors Sports Bar and Casino is wall-to-wall TVs. awesome food. They've got great lunch and dinner specials. Get the world famous beer tower. Mondays are DJ trivia night. In fact, tonight, $7 sandwich inside. What a great deal. $9 for any pizza tomorrow, and $1.50 tacos on Saturday. Great atmosphere, great place. Rumor Sports Bar, Casino in the Grand Cities Mall, open every day from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. All right. You got big screens on today?
Yep, 1 o'clock.
Okay, big screens and TV streams on at 1 o'clock today. Tonight at 6:30, Bill and Monty, the crew, are going to be talking NFL draft, the NBA and NHL playoffs, and more. That's all on Fork Sports Highway tonight. Make sure to tune in and make sure to like, share, tag, and follow us, y'all, all right? Hey, we all know the Grand Cities is grand. Grand Forks' best source is giving them an identity again.